You need a great opener, like somehow we're adults. Do.
We can record that right
some
now.
Some kind of like.
We can record that right now.
Everybody be quiet.
Somehow we're adults.
So Will, thank you for coming back on the podcast. You're my best fucking friend. It's super nice to have you on. Dude, you're one of those people I could see like every 8 months or so. I mean, I know we see each other more often than that, but it feels like long gaps of time between like when I last see you and stuff. And then I don't know. It's like we never fucking miss a beat every time we see each other again. So most people don't know they're listening to this. We've been hanging out for what, at least an hour now. Yeah, outside of this,
at least.
Yeah, and we'll probably be hanging out for after the podcast for a while too. But.
Probably. I mean, fuck it.
So, before we were talking about something before we started recording, and we were talking about how fucking dumb rent is right now. Just rent, house prices, insurance, car insurance, life insurance. Everything is fucking retarded expensive right now. Why is everything so expensive, Will?
Dude, I don't know. So I've been apartment. What I was saying is I was apartment shopping because I mean, fucking buying a house is ridiculous right now, especially with the interest rates on loans,
bro. And the cost of everything, so you don't have money for a down payment either.
Exactly. The fact that you can buy someone's shed out in the backyard and own like 30 feet worth of property, and it's $340,000.
Yeah, it's retarded.
I mean, so when I looked at one of the apartments I looked at, and this was supposed to be, I knew what I was going into. I knew it was going to be, a little...
on the sketchier side?
I wouldn't even say sketchy. More like just ran down. And that was still $1,350. Didn't even come with a washer and dryer hookup. Like, I would have to use the communal washer and dryer laundry room.
$1,350 is really not bad considering the prices.
500 square feet.
I hear you. And I know that in general, the problem is that you and I
this way, that same apartment 4 years ago
was like $700 a month.
For the nice upgraded one, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I was about to say. Is that the problem is that you and I, we've been out of high school for about 10 years now, right? So we have got about 10 years of experience of what the cost of living is, and then the last 3 years have just butt fucked us. Because like apartments have gotten. I mean, rent has always been more expensive than buying a home. And rent is just so ridiculous right now, bro. It's insane. Like, I don't understand if somebody's a millennial, like, unless they make fucking $200,000 a year, it is impossible to live like our parents did growing at the same age. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the fact that they were working at a grocery store and able to buy a 3-bedroom house,
and their wife could stay home.
Mm-hmm.
You could
support 5 kids, a 3-bedroom house,
a butcher. You could be a butcher at in a meat department. And your wife could stay home. You could fucking afford to put your kids through college. You could, I mean, granted, a lot of this involves debt, but like, you could buy a regular house. You guys could have decent cars. You could do all this stuff. And then now it's like, I mean, you're fucking 9 ways to Sunday.
Eat at IHOP or Waffle House day of the week it is and close to paycheck.
Not even that. It's fucking just groceries, dude. The way I explained it to some people the other day, I explained it like, I was like, this is the best way I've found to describe the current state of the economy. I bought $100 worth of groceries for $280.
You got it for $280? That's a steal,
bro. It was a lot of stuff on sale. It was close out stuff at Costco.
I mean, I bought some toilet paper the other day and it was $454.
Bro, shit's been ridiculous though. Like, just between gas, the cost of groceries. The cost of like insurance has gone up in the state of Florida too. Like, just car insurance. Like, our car insurance went up by like 50%. And like, we didn't even get an email. You know what I mean? Like, no one even told us it was gonna happen. It was just like, here's our new bill. Fuck you guys.
Well, that's Florida because Florida state supports insurance fraud, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You kidding me? Like, anyone in Florida, especially if they're a Floridian, wants an expensive car to hit them, wants to be hit by a semi, because they're falling out that bitch. I'm falling out of it. let a BMW just barely tap the back of my truck. I'm falling out on my face.
Will just puts he looks in there and he sees a BMW, like a really nice BMW and like a trophy wife, and he just puts his arm over the fucking console and snaps his elbow.
That's easy. 200,000 right there.
Right, bro, easy.
Yeah. Hospital, maybe 10 grand, but they'll fix it. They'll be alright. They'll heal well.
Do it to your left arm.
I'll do the arm, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
on my knee.
Yeah, right. You just get out there like, sir, there's not even a dent in your bumper. My fucking arm. My fucking arm.
They took the paint off the hitch.
They took the chrome off the ball hitch. What the fuck, bro? It's just ridiculous in this state. Like, especially considering rent and stuff too. It's like, here's most people's living situations. You either have like a unicorn renting situation. You got lucky and bought a home in 2019 or early 2020. Mm-hmm. Or you have 17 roommates in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or you live with your parents right now. Those are the options. It's fucking insane out there right now. Like, it's so crazy, man. I don't know how long this economy can sustain this way for. I wonder how many people, so for people listening, it's December 2nd. Like, I wonder how many people are not having very extravagant Christmases this year. I bet you there's a ton of people that are just not buying Christmas presents for their family, or they're doing very, very minimal because of how expensive everything is right now.
Which is sad.
Bro.
Because, like, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, and it's not just groceries going up, too. Have you looked at the prices of kids' toys nowadays?
No. Bro.
Like, unless you're buying it on Amazon?
Even then, though.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
Even then. But, like, that's where you're going to find the best deals. You have to buy that shit online. But you can't just roll to the Walmart anymore. It's like $40, $50 for a Nerf gun now.
No shit.
Yeah, and that's for, like, one of the basic-ass ones. Remember, like, $40, $50 cost us
the fucking machine gun that shoots like 100 yards?
Yeah, it had 4 attachments. You, like, put the barrel extender on there, put the dual drum mag on it. Yeah, the scope.
You could lay prone and snipe your neighbor with a Nerf gun. Yeah, no, I do remember those. Those were like
putting thumbtacks in the
40, 50, 60 bucks. Yeah. And my parents were like, no, $10. That's all you get.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you see the $5 bill I have over there? People, it's off camera. Don't worry about it. We have a $5 bill. It's an old ass $5 bill.
Yeah.
So I think it's 1969, I believe. I can't remember. I'd have to go look at it. But regardless, I've got that $5 bill because when I saw the date on it, I was like, that is so crazy, because when this dollar bill was made, that dollar bill went so much further than it does right now. Like, what can you buy with $5? With that $5 bill, what can you buy?
Nowadays?
Fucking half a cup of coffee.
Get from the trash can?
It's literally, you could get like a dollar coffee from Wawa for $5. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, the dollar McChicken's $4.99.
Bro, what the fuck? But like, but I think that's super crazy because like that $5 bill is in 1969 was worth about $40 to $45 in today's money. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so that means you could get $20 worth of gas, and like a little bit of gas to take you on the date, and you could feed 2 people. Mm-hmm. With that $5, that same $5 bill that is somehow still in circulation until I took it out, but it's still in circulation, so that you could like not even get a cup of coffee now. Like, that's fucking crazy, and that's in the lifespan of this piece of paper. You know what I mean? That's just fucking wild to me. Yep. And so
inflation's a bitch, and it's just gonna keep getting worse,
bro,
and worse.
This 12-pack of Yin Yangs was fucking $16. Crazy.
That shit would have cost us. We're back in high school. Even just back in high school, what, 5 years? No.
It still would have been close to $12. Beer. So we're lucky beer hasn't caught it yet.
9 years. No, you were right. We were about 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we're old now.
Damn, did you see the old hit Will?
Yeah.
Will was like, how long have we been out of high school?
Well, but you said it earlier, and I just brushed it off. I was like, no, he made that up.
Bitch, you're 27. You graduated high school when you were 17.
Yeah, you're right. No, 18. I just turned 18. Okay.
Yeah, so you turn
puberty was just setting in.
Next year's your 10. Next year's your 10 years.
But
the depression kick in. I saw it. I saw you just stare through the table for a second.
I did math.
Shout out to Yin Yang Traditional Lager. Yin Yangs. It's funny when you go to a place if you go to a part of the country that doesn't have Yin Yangs in it, and you're like, "Can I get a Yingling?" And they're like,
"Oh, what?"
No. Oh,
well,
what?
even in Charlotte, like it's not even that far. Like it could just be the next state over.
Yeah,
because like Charlotte was all about like breweries.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, they were all about like local breweries and shit. So you would have here's sweet tea beer from down the road at the brewery. No, bitch. Let me get let me get a Bud Light. Let me get a Yingling. Let me get a Guinness. Something.
Can't get a Bud Light anymore.
No,
that's gay.
That's gay.
Sad because we grew up drinking Bud Lights.
Well, because it was the cheapest one at the time.
No, I wouldn't even say it was the cheapest. Because I'll be honest, none of us knew prices. We're like,
yeah, that was true. I mean, we were giving people like $40 to go get us a 12-pack because we just couldn't buy it.
We're like, here's $40 for a 24-pack. Don't tell our parents. Don't call the cops. And we never did that. But no, so Bud Light. I think Bud Light is a good starter beer if someone's wanting to get started drinking a beer, I guess.
Well, yeah, because like if you took like real beer and then like just like here's a cup of water and you take the real beer and just
it's real beer ran through a Brita filter. That's what it is.
That's a great explanation.
That's a great explanation, isn't it? Ran through a Brita filter.
They still diluted it a little bit though. They put more water.
It's a half water, half beer through a Brita filter. It tastes like anything. But that was the first beer I started drinking at an appropriate age, and I got used to drinking that, and then now I love the taste of a beer.
Hey,
bro.
It also depends on what I'm eating too. Like if I'm having chicken wings, I cannot eat wings without beer. Like anything that's like bar food.
See, I'm not even that specific about it. I can literally sometimes it's just nice to like. There's a bar uptown that me and some buddies like to go to sometimes, and like literally I'll just meet with like a friend and just fucking have a beer. There's something about having a beer and just hanging out. And then too, I mean, granted, I can't fucking in this economy don't think that's gonna be happening much anymore because fucking had 2 beers and they're like, oh, it's $25. I'm like, fuck me, just drink at home next time. I'll be a by myself alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding, but.
I mean, even with these bullshit grocery prices, it's better to drink at home.
Bro, it's so crazy, man. I don't like what happened. Why did everything get so goddamn expensive? I know inflation, but like, how is inflation 9% or 10%? Let's say it's 10%, but everything got 100% more expensive, 50 to 100% more expensive. Explain that.
Is the people who are getting rich keep getting richer?
Or these fucking politicians, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy, man. Have you seen? There was this video. I saw it on Instagram because I don't have a TikTok, but I'm assuming it was going around TikTok too. But it was this guy who like walks up to a microphone. It's like one of those like question things where you walk up to the microphone and you ask a question to a group of people. Mm-hmm. And this dude was like, he goes, this is gonna sound like a crazy question, but this is like my legit question. He was like. He said the economy's like in the worst place it's ever been or something like that, and he goes, when do we use the guns? And everyone laughs, and he was like, no, I'm being serious, like at what point do we kill these people? But like like if you had showed somebody that video like 4 years ago, they would be like, oh my god, this crazy person. But it's amazing how many people have shared that video because everyone in America doesn't give okay, I'm going to say something that's probably going to upset some people. The wars in Ukraine are terrible. What's happening in Palestine is terrible, right? But it's hard for a lot of Americans to give a shit about those places in respect to like most people can't like they're like trying to figure out where their fucking money for their bills is coming from. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at their budget. They're going, we're going to have to sell a car. So they're not worried about those places. I mean, they should be because it's sad. It's sad that people are dying and there's shit over there. But like, I'll be honest, I have not researched much about either of those wars because it's just like most people are too worried about what's happening right in front of them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you hear about like the government sending fucking millions and billions of dollars to those places, and you're like, hey, what the fuck, man?
No, Ukraine's our current best customer right now. What are you talking about?
Well, now it's switched.
We're selling them all the shit that we discontinued 10 years ago. that's still new age technology for half the world.
We're giving it to them. We're not selling it to them. We're just fucking giving it to them.
Some of it we're selling.
Yeah, but
We're making money. We're still making money, but we ain't making enough.
No, we're probably we're definitely giving them more money than we're giving.
Like my thing though was like, think about the cost of living and everything. Imagine your paycheck now, right? But no taxes got taken out. Was that like double your money you would have right there in income?
It's like 30%,
almost immediately.
like 30% more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what the government takes. Not the state got to take the. They got. Well, we don't have state tax, but
in a way, yeah.
In a way, like
we don't pay directly a state tax. We pay what's called doc stamps, but it's different.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so doc stamps on loans, but it's a different thing. But
like that's my thing. It's like I hate the fact that my tax money before like the second like here's my paycheck, the government takes theirs. Before as soon as they touched it, it's already spent. It's already gone.
Yeah.
Like it's not even going towards us. It's us involved in shit we shouldn't have been involved in.
Bro, you want to get real pissed off? Do you ever look at the history of the income tax?
Mm-mm.
Do you know when it happened? It was this is everything the government ever does. It was a temporary, quote unquote, it was supposed to be a temporary tax during the recession. And once they implemented it, it just never went away during the Great Recession.
Oh yeah, because fucking politicians, they make so much money off that tax.
Yep.
And the fact that like I feel like we should have term limits on every government job.
Term limits, and there should be age limits.
Yeah, that's fair.
If they have age minimums, why wouldn't you have an age maximum? Isn't that ageist? If we're talking about racist, no, I'm being fucking 100% serious right now. Isn't that ageist? If you have to be 35 to be the president, or 34 or 35, whatever the age is to be minimum age to be the president of the United States, why isn't there a maximum? There's no fucking reason besides them just saying 35 sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. No,
I mean, am I fucking wrong? Why
look at it now. Like,
why would you make that an obscure number of 35? What would be the obscure number? I would say, I personally believe, if you can collect your full Social Security amount, which I think is at 65, at age 65, you should no longer be allowed to be the president. Why not?
That's fair.
I think it's fair. I think they should lower the minimum age too. I think it should be if you can rent a car, you can be the president of the United States, 25 to 65. Why not? I feel like that's a good representation too, because that class, like anyone who is typically from age 25 to 65, they have the potential to have children, be influenced by younger generations, and they also have the influence to be to influence by their generation, and also influenced by the older generation, because they have to deal with both sides of that. Most of the time,
they're currently setting the standard.
Like, look at us. You're 27. I'm 26. We have that was delicious to listen to. But we have younger people that are around us. We have people our age around us. We have people that are twice our age. We have people that are even older than that. Like, we know how to deal with all of them. But if you're an old person, you don't have to deal with younger people. You can just surround yourself with old people, especially if you've been a fucking cunt your whole life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been a fucking asshole your whole life.
Noises. You can just quack.
Not even, dude. Not even. This is going on the internet. It's just ridiculous, man. It's so crazy that happens that way. It's a shit job to be the president of the United States. No one wants that job. Well, only crazy
have
people.
you seen especially look at Barack Obama? He went in, looking like he was 35.
A full head of hair.
Yeah, full head of hair, exactly. Before he even finished his first term, that shit was great. He was looking like
it fucking ages people, dude.
Yeah, he was looking like he was like 90 years old.
It's crazy, like
Biden's gonna turn into dust by the time he's done with his.
He's already, dude. He's dead, bro. I don't even think he's real.
Oh, he's got dementia. There ain't no way he doesn't have dementia.
It's sad because my grandfather had dementia, and my grandfather, up until he passed away, God rest his soul, but he would have done a better job than fucking Biden.
Yeah, my grandmother had the same way. And the same shit he's doing on live television. It's the same shit she was doing.
Yep. Yeah, because it ages you. And he went in there already fucking knocking on death's door.
I mean, he was fucking beating off the dinosaurs back in the day. Like,
sniffing kids.
Yeah. Still does that.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Because, like, I think about it like this. I heard Patrick Bet-David. I don't know if you've heard of him before. He's a podcast guy, an author, and he's pretty cool. I like his podcast a lot. The PBD podcast for Patrick Bet-David, but super cool guy. And one of the things he was talking about is like, who really controls the country? You think it's the president?
It's not. No, president's
but like that's the like the jump in everyone's brain is to immediately go, the president runs the country. But the president makes $400,000 a year for 4 years. Then when they get out of the presidency, they typically make millions afterwards. So you mean to tell me somebody who's in there for 4 years times 400,000? So they made 1.6 million in collective. After taxes, I bet you it was less, but I don't know if they pay taxes or not.
They donated it to charity.
What, the taxes?
No, they you get a tax exempt. If you donate your profit, but like you can just pay somebody $10,000 to make a $4 million painting and donate that to it. There you go.
Yeah, and somehow it comes back to you, probably. I'm sure. But imagine this, like that same person who all of a sudden gets all these speaking engagements at these giant fucking corporations that they made bills that directly helped that corporation. I think it was I can't remember what president it was. It might have been Ronald Reagan. I can't remember. But there was one president, I think in the 80s or 90s, that made it legal for corporations to donate to political campaigns. Since then, the corporations have run this country. They kind of already were then, but the fucking middle class America, you know, their money was very important to politicians, so the politicians had to give a shit. Now the politicians have to have a good face to the middle class to get them voted in, and then once they're there, they just serve the points of the politician or the corporations.
Well, yeah, I mean, they immediately go back on their word. Like, what was it? Only because it's still fresh. Like Biden saying he was going to shut down the pipeline. He was like, we're not doing that. That's not a plan.
Did he say that?
The first 24 hours in your office, shut it down.
Yeah, he tried to undo everything Trump did.
Yeah, like he immediately went back on every single thing he said. And that's all the politicians. No matter if you're on blue, red, fucking white, purple, I don't care what side you're on. They're all doing the same shit. It's all about how they can make their pockets fatter.
You know, it's crazy.
And ours less.
Yeah, it's crazy because like it's about to be the 2024 election cycle, and our options are Donald Trump again, or Joe Biden.
I mean,
again.
they've been trying to get this man in jail for how many years now?
Well, what I'm saying, those are the two options. Like, that's the best America has to offer. Like, those two guys.
Give me Clinton back. This one, fuck.
Over Joe Biden. Literally.
Over Joe Biden, I'd have chose Hillary.
If gun to my head, if it was Joe Biden or Hillary, I'd vote Hillary, because at least she seems like she knows what corruption she's doing. You know what I mean?
We'll just teach her how to delete emails better.
She's pretty damn good at it, anyways. But
at least she won't be mumbling, and she'll have cohesive sentences.
Bro, I'm fucking saying, man. Yeah. And, you know, it's fucking crazy, man, because, like, I look at, like, the future of this country, and you know what I really like? Have you seen Robert Kennedy Jr.? He's John F. Kennedy, it's his nephew. So his brother, John F. Kennedy's brother, Robert Kennedy Sr., they both Senior and JFK were both assassinated, and he's running for president now, RFK Jr. He's fucking awesome, dude. He's running as an independent, though.
Good.
But, which is, like, you say good, but, like, the problem is there's this, like, preconceived notion when you hear somebody's running as an independent, you're like, oh, damn.
They're not going to make it.
They're not going to make it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because red, and it doesn't matter what side you're on, red or blue is what controls everything.
Bro, yeah, because that two-party system, it's like like everyone feels inclined to not vote out of it. Unless the two options for red and blue are so fucking crazy, such as what might happen in 2024, that everyone's like, independent just makes fucking sense. Because I think that middle America, I think most people would agree, like, if you didn't know, like, if they hid the political party from everybody, they would probably vote for RFK, because he seems like he stands for the middle class, and it seems like there's been this giant withering away of the middle class from all this inflation and from these fucking politicians just being fucking greedy, and these corporations that control everybody. Like, I spoke on a podcast, or when it was on a podcast that I did with Rob Young, and one of the things he said is, like, you know, typically a CEO makes like 300 to 1 what their average employee works, or makes rather, and Like if you look at the increase in CEO pay since like the 80s to now, it's like 4,000 to 1 compared to what it was back then. Like it's gone up, and the average employee's salary in that same time period has gone up by like 20x. So it's like 4,000x or like 20x. It's fucking bananas, man. It's just insane how much these corporations get paid. And you know, I'm all for capitalism, but the role of the federal government should be in a capitalistic society to make sure that monopolies don't exist, but it's feeling like they are.
Well, that's because the monopolies are the ones who control the government.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. They feed in both sides of that output. Yeah, or they feed in both sides of that. But what I keep thinking about with that whole system is like these corporations, like if you were a forklift driver, this is the best example I can think of. If you're a forklift driver and let's say you work at Apple. Let's say Apple has a forklift driver job, right? If you're working as a forklift driver at Apple, they're going to negotiate your pay as the market average. The average for a forklift driver makes anywhere from $14 to $22 an hour. So we're going to start you off at 14, or you have some experience, so we'll start you off at 16, right? Because your previous employer paid you 17, we're a new employer, we're going to pay you 16. We have better benefits. Cool. Mm-hmm. But like, you're paying market average to do the job. However, your company is one of the biggest fucking companies in the United States. Shouldn't you pay above average? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you have the best forklift drivers? Like I'm just saying, like it's. I don't understand this market average that these companies do, because it's like you're saying that, and then Joe Schmo and his fucking family business down the road pays the same. It's like because he pays that because he has to. You could pay way more for this job because you guys are leading technology in the fucking country. You guys have more money than God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Why they don't care about that part of the people.
That's how they save. That's how they get their money. That's how they keep so much money, is because they go, oh, the market average for a software engineer is $120K. It's like, yeah, but I'm building software for the fucking software. Like, for this company is like the biggest company for this stuff. Shouldn't we get paid?
$120K just made you $4.8 billion. Like,
Exactly. It's just, you get what I'm saying though? Like, how are you going to pay the market average for something if you guys are not the market average?
And the market average is like to me feels lower than what it should be, especially for like cost of living and everything. You can't.
Yeah. Well, you get what I'm saying though. Like, it's like Apple is not the market average of a company. They're not the average company. You guys are the above average. So you guys your pay scale for a forklift driver should start where everyone else's ends, because you should pay your employees more. Like, I'm just saying, if you guys make more money, you should pay your employees more money. There should be, and when Rob was on the podcast, he was saying, he's like, maybe, like, obviously you shouldn't dictate how much CEOs can make, but you should make it a cap of, like, you can't, if you're making $10 billion a year as a CEO, like, your employee, you can't make more than 50 times what your lowest employee makes before you have to give everyone pay raises. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be a better option too. So if a CEO wants to get paid more, he has to also pay more of it for his employees. Because I feel like that's what the real difference was, is in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, is that employees got paid more in relation to the CEOs and the people who ran the businesses. And now you don't see that anymore.
Well, no, because there's a huge disconnect between like CEO and employees and everything. I've never even met the CEO of the company I work for.
I never did either. Yep, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man.
They have his picture up in every location.
It's God, dude.
Never met the guy. Never heard any wise wisdom words from him.
And that's how it is with a lot of big corporations, though. Mm-hmm. They just fucking sit up in their penthouse, office, and their secretary does all their work for them, and they make 2 decisions a day that make the company millions and millions of dollars. But
yeah, and they go play golf for 4 of the 5 work days.
Yeah, fuck off. They have good connections, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy, man, because the middle class is what powers this country, and it's middle class and the lower class is the 99% of the fucking country,
and they're getting dictated by the class that's the
1%. Yep. And they're trying to fucking wring every drop of fucking juice they can out of it. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like, at this point, it's almost just more beneficial to just tough it out and go independent.
Yeah,
as much as you can.
I have literally said I don't know what's going to happen between now and election time next year, but I've said that I don't even give a fuck who's on the ballot. I'm voting for RFK. Like, that's what I don't care if he's not there. I will handwrite his name in to put it there. Just I would rather my vote be a throwaway vote, just to say I'm not fucking okay with how this country is being run. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Because, like, you know, people our age can't fucking buy houses. That's supposed to be the American dream. That's one thing that RFK talks about that I like a lot. He says that you know what the best creator of the best communities is people owning homes. Because when you own a home, you have stake in that community. You give a shit about that community when you own a home. Mm-hmm. Not only do you give a shit, it's the best way to start a small business. Because most people that want to start a small business, their biggest source of capital is the equity in their home. Mm-hmm. So it's like you take away people being able to start small businesses because nobody can afford to own a home. And you also take away the fact that, like, people don't give a shit about their community because they're just renting. They can move next year, you know what I mean? I mean, that's how the fucking cities and stuff can start to fall apart.
Yeah, well, because the banks own most of the homes and property. Not just the banks.
Why am I so tired right now? You yawned.
Yeah, it was me yawning. Listen, it's not because I'm tired. It's just that I just frequently yawn.
Yeah, it's okay. The beer helps you chill out, too. It's not just that the banks own most of them. It's that, like, there's a lot of YouTube channels about, like, how to flip houses and, oh, you should start Airbnbs and this, that, and the other. So there's a lot of, it's like going in this direction where people are buying investment properties. And it really makes me wonder, like, they should offer some kind of incentive. And this is what RFK says. He wants to make it to where if you're a first-time home buyer, like you've never bought a home in your life, that your mortgage interest rate should be 3%, just flat across the board.
That would be lovely. Bro.
And then sell it to, like, as like security bonds or something like that. I forget how you had it set up or something like that. But, you know, like, basically to incentivize people to take stake in their community. And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. And then, like, if you've owned a home before, your interest rate is dictated by the interest rates that constantly change. Like, right now, the interest rates are super high. But they're high for everyone. Because we live in a society where the rich get richer, right? So it's like, you know, if you make it to where the first-time home buyer can actually have a fucking shot, no, I feel like that
gives
would be
them a
super
chance.
beneficial.
You know, better than just knocking them down and keeping them down.
Mm-hmm. I just like what the dude has to say. He says a lot of cool stuff. You should check him out. Robert Kennedy Jr.
Robert Kennedy Jr. I'll have to look into him. Yeah, because it's the first time I've heard of him.
Apparently, he's like polling super, super high for an independent.
Not even just straight up giving up on the government. I don't watch any news.
No, neither do I.
No news, nothing. Just
I catch it on my phone, which is why I probably know about him so well, is because I've seen him on podcasts. And not only have I seen him on podcasts, but I've also seen, I follow him on Instagram, and he puts out content like every day, and they're really good videos. Not only are they really good videos, but like you get a sense from seeing him on all these podcasts of who he actually is, and he seems like a fucking respectable ass guy. Like you see him and you're like, that's a fucking president. He seems like he would go to fucking war for us. But
my thing with that though is we've seen that before. Like the second they get in their position is when we find out what truly they're after.
That's another problem with that job is as soon as you get in the office, half the country hates you at a minimum. Half the country hates you.
Well, because I mean the whole political thing is designed to keep us split apart. You know, they don't want us meet in the middle.
You know, the only president that seemed like was pretty much enjoyed by most of the people, John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy, you are right.
That convertible just get to you.
It's an inside job.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Bro,
conspiracy
if I meet somebody and they think that Lee Harvey Oswald killed John F. Kennedy, like, I can't even have a conversation with them. If you think that guy killed Kennedy, like, I get, like, you might think that 9/11 wasn't an inside job, and like, I don't know, I could lean either way on that one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. That's a big inside job if it was an inside job. Mm-hmm. But if you think one dude shot Kennedy, you're fucking wild, bro. You're fucking wild. You just out there selling it. And then the guy who kills him is also got mob ties, and that dude dies going fucking crazy shortly after he kills the other dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The fact that it's just a long list of dead bodies.
Bro, and how come they have not released the information on that fucking murder? That happened almost, I think we're coming up
They're
on...
still investigating.
Dude, they're coming up on 60 years since that happened. And they still haven't they haven't released the documents. Another reason I want RFK in the office is I think he's going to get in there and make sure those files get fucking released. Which is also...
He has stake in it, too.
Can I tell you... Oh, let me tell you some juiciness, too, that I've seen on his Instagram as well. He's the only presidential candidate in the history of the United States to be denied Secret Service. So every presidential candidate that asks for Secret Service when they start running for president gets it. He's the only one that was denied it. And it's the president has to approve it. The president denied him Secret Service. He's had 2 attempts on his life since he's been running for president. But luckily, he has his own security. He's hired his own security. He was a lawyer. He was an environmental lawyer, which the Democrats should fucking love. He was out there protecting the fucking environment. Fighting. He was basically fighting as a fucking tree hugger.
The face of the Democrats will love.
He started it. He was originally running as a Democrat, and he was like, you know what? I can't. This fucking party's gone crazy.
Yeah, both sides.
Yeah, and he's had 2 attempts on his life since he started running.
Mm-hmm.
And they still won't give him Secret Service. That's fucking crazy in and of itself. It's like they're scared of what he might do.
You know, they know he's gonna no matter what he does, it's gonna fuck with something.
It's crazy, bro. I'm optimistic though. You want to go get a beer?
Yeah.
We'll take a beer and then we'll talk about why I'm optimistic.
Beer break. Optimistic break.
Somehow we're adults. Do.
Sorry to everyone who's gonna have to hear the me and Will eating sugar cookies and drinking yin yangs. Bro, I think all beers should be pop tops, but that's besides the point. And my wife made homemade sugar cookies, so we're having sugar cookies. It's Christmas time.
Complaining.
No, so Will started a YouTube channel. Check him out.
Sweet Tea Kitchen.
It's called Sweet Tea Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Will actually went to culinary school. But that's how Will and I met. We met in culinary, and so like cooking has always been something super fun for us. And we'll keep an eye out for the collaboration because I'm definitely gonna do something because this motherfucker, he started his YouTube channel and I'm trying to get him started to do more, but. What?
Good?
I'm good.
You gotta breathe in between the bites.
I burped while I was breathing. It didn't feel good.
Here's some good cookies.
This is gonna be torture for anybody listening.
Worth it. These are delicious.
Mm-hmm. They're like soft but like flaky.
Mm-hmm. And they got a lot of flavor to them too. They're not like overly sweet at all.
The edges are crispy, but they're like soft. It's almost like a puff pastry. You gotta breathe between those bites, motherfucker. Bro,
But
I'm
dense
super,
like a biscuit.
But I want that to be your bio on your YouTube channel. Just like, my name's Will, and I'm dense like a biscuit.
Consider it changed. I love it.
Sweet Tea Kitchen. Where'd you come up with the name?
I don't know. No, I was trying to find something that like had a had a little redneck in it. I was like, well, sweet tea's where it's at. I love sweet tea. You love sweet tea. Everybody loves sweet tea. And if you don't like sweet tea, don't talk to me.
Fuck off. Yeah, sweet tea's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that video of Jake? He's like, I think I'd have a better time with crack than sweet tea.
No. No, I haven't.
I'll play it right now. It's my podcast, and it's from my podcast.
Don't copyright yourself now.
Right? That would be funny. I gotta find this video that was so good.
These are delicious. I can't stop eating.
I know, dude. They're
I'm not
so
even
good.
hungry.
They're so good.
I'm more scared of my addiction to sweet tea than any other product on this planet.
Really?
I think I'd have a better time with crack. I think I would be more controlled with crack cocaine than I am with sweet tea.
Somehow. Where the...
Dude. Yeah, that's everybody, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody.
I never put it in that perspective. But sweet tea was considered a drug. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It would be pretty rough.
As we're burning through this plate of cookies, it's the sugar,
I could still go for a glass of sweet tea.
bro. For every wash it down with Yinglings. Hashtag boy dinner.
This is how men survive. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, what kind of cooking can people expect to see on your Sweet Tea Kitchen page?
Literally anything and everything.
What's your favorite kind of cuisine? Sweet tea?
Sweet tea's its own cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with that.
This got to be torture to people that don't like ASMR stuff. Just listening to us chew and like swallow and like salivate and just
Like
drink
you don't
beer.
increase the sound.
I'm gonna zoom in on your face at those points too. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, I mean you can expect just about anything from it because a lot of it was, I was trying to figure out, I'm trying to find my way, and like what I like to do, and like what I don't know what my imprint I guess is on the platform.
Can I give my not my critique, my advice? The best way to find out what your style is by repetition.
Yep. That's been my biggest problem. It's just putting it out there. And
I'm gonna send you a podcast. It's one that I listen to a lot. I've probably listened to it about 6 or 7 times. It's an old Joe Rogan podcast with Dan Carlin. This is treacherous. I might not post this one. Just
better.
I'm still going to, obviously, because this is a good excuse for us to hang out. But Dan Carlin is another podcaster who does a podcast channel called Hardcore History. There it is. I couldn't think of it. Brain, alcohol, no math.
worky.
Yeah. And in that podcast, they talk about how good it feels to make your own shit. How good it feels to basically to own their own thing. Like, and one of the things that Dan Carlin says, he's like most people are just so worried about their first video or first thing being so perfect that they miss the whole point. Is it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to get closer to perfect over time. He said that there is one of the things he says is like quality is normally found through quantity when it comes to like outputting videos and stuff like that. And so that's how I've taken the podcast, is like, if you look at the first video podcast I have with you compared to now, it's changed exponentially.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks good too.
It's starting to look like a legit thing.
Mm-hmm. With our
ASMR, bro. But like, God, I'm so full.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who ever thought that Ryan used to be fat, this is why. Beer and cookies.
How Santa Claus does it. He ain't
Beer?
drinking milk, it's eggnog. Alcohol and cookies.
Bro, remember back in the day when people knew how to make eggnog?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to make eggnog, do you?
Mm-mm.
It's just egg and nog.
Well, I'll learn. I'll make a video about it.
Bro, what happened to... I was talking to one of the neighbors today about the pussification of America.
Everybody's bitches.
Bro, I know for a fact people in your family have had to do stuff like this before. My grandpa told me a story today. Or not today. It was Thanksgiving. Regardless, I digress. He told me a story about how back in his day, he was born in 1930. Back in his day when his parents sold part of their land that had a barn on it, the barn had like 30-something cats in that barn.
Mm-hmm.
The new owners did not want the cats. Said, we're not buying it till the cats are gone. They went out there and individually killed each one of those cats. That was just a normal day.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be on the fucking news if you did that today.
Yeah, on your own property.
Yep.
What about I can tell you.
I'm not saying that people need to go out and just kill animals, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there used to be this like responsibility of the individual, and now people can't do shit for themselves. People don't work on their own fucking cars anymore. People don't like if something breaks. Granted, YouTube is a huge resource, but like people just had to know how to fix something or have the wherewithal to take it apart and hope they found what didn't look right and fix it. And you don't fucking get that anymore. We're raising a bunch of pussified dudes.
I can tell you what happened. That's when we started considering spanking your kids as abuse. Hell no.
You think it's that?
Yeah, the fuck you gonna let them run wild? Well, they're gonna run wild, and then you gotta think they're growing up with no discipline, no structure, nothing. They can just walk over whoever the fuck they want to because they're just talking to their mom and dad like they're fucking their high school bitches. Like they know.
Well, you say that you got beat, didn't you?
Hell yeah, I got hit with a switch,
and you were still fucked up.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like they can be fucked up either way. The country fucks them up. Okay, it's not us that fucks them up. And that and them dang on GMOs.
Them GMOs.
But like that's where like look at the generation that's in high school now, right?
Bro, there's so many fucking issues.
Yeah, the fact that like one of those kids can get punched and then there's a lawsuit and then go to jail for like the fuck.
We used to just got hit.
Yo, bro, me and you fist fought before, like.
Have we?
Yeah,
we haven't fist fought. We definitely wrestled.
Lost. You've always had sides on me, so. Well, maybe not. Maybe.
I don't know if I fist fought you though. Fist fought.
Jake got fist fought.
I'm sure you fought. Yeah.
We've definitely wrestled though. We've definitely gotten tangled up.
Not since I started jiu-jitsu though.
Nah, but you cheating now. You know some shit I don't.
What do you think was happening when we were wrestling? I didn't know wrestling.
Neither did I. Just because I was on the team doesn't mean I was any good.
I had no shit, dude. I had no shit. I had hope. That's all I had.
You didn't know how to spell hope. The fuck.
you just watched people wrestle. That was something. No, I never wrestled. That's why I wanted to start jiu-jitsu, so that way I'd have some kind of confidence on the ground.
I'll just shoot you.
Not if I have a hold of you.
I'll stab you. I'll check your oil.
You'll definitely check my oil.
I'll grab the jewels. Like I don't think you understand.
No.
Like,
can you explain to people that are listening that might not know what check the oil means? What if they're just listening? Well, they just heard.
Oh well. Oof.
Just say it.
It's a thumb to the ass.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a thumb, does it? It's an appendage.
It's traditionally the thumb. Okay.
It's an appendage into their booty hole.
Okay, so the thumb's checking. No, anything else is just foreplay. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking.
It depends on how deep you go on the knuckle and the thumb too, if it's foreplay or not.
No, you go all the way to the knuckle. The fuck? This is the knuckle. Okay, you don't go to this blue ball shit. Okay, you go all the way in. You make sure they know you were there, and I can guarantee you, whatever stranglehold you were in, you're out of. And it's not illegal. That I know of.
In jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of moves that you can do where someone can't do that.
No, like where they won't be able to check your will?
Yeah. Unless you have twice the length arms you have now. Well, I'm not even paying attention to what we're doing anymore. I'm just hanging out. Eating cookies.
We smashed that whole plate. You didn't want the plate. As soon as she said, well, y'all can take the whole plate, I immediately went and picked that plate up and started walking
Listen, anybody who's ever watched this podcast, if you've seen multiple episodes, you know who I am. And you might have heard me say once before, I'm not somebody food-wise that can have moderation. And what I mean by that is it is easier for me to say no to food than it is for me to say, oh, I'll just have a cookie.
Mm-hmm. Because
If
once
I
you
had-
try it,
If I have one, might as well have 87. It's the same to me. That's my problem. I will literally eat until I'm sick. Point in case.
because you enjoy the act of eating.
Bro, I don't know what it is. It's just
It's the act of eating. It's the
pleasure.
flavor. It's all your senses
literally-
going off.
I could literally spit the cookie out and it wouldn't bother me. I don't because I'm fat, but I don't know what it is, man. It's got to be a dopamine hit or something. I don't know.
No, I understand. Food does that.
Yeah.
A good food, like you can't just stop eating. Like, have you ever just had like a fantastic plate of food and then like you could have been full, fucking 2 bites in, and you still eating. You just can keep going,
Bro.
until you physically can't put any more in because it's good. Ooh,
Bro, the
That was a good
texture
one.
of these sugar cookies,
they're perfect.
Impeccable.
Absolutely perfect.
impeccable. The way this crumble?
No, they're delicious.
Are you kidding me?
I haven't made anything that good.
What?
I'm not good at baking, but I haven't baked anything that
We're
good.
cooks, we're not bakes.
Exactly.
Cooks,
You want it
We're
wrapped in bacon? I can do it.
we're not baked.
You want it?
We're not baked.
You want it
gurus.
floured and thrown in the oven for an hour? I ain't got the attention span for that shit.
What was
I
the thing,
cook by
what was the
fire.
thing Paul told us? He was like, oh, you put it on a fucking. You're so retarded.
I was like, oh well, fuck it.
He said that cooking is an art, baking is a science.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair estimate.
I fucking hate science.
Yeah, fuck science.
Like trying to teach my wife how to bake, or so. What? I'm gonna sugar cookie in my teeth. Trying to teach my wife how to cook. Like, to put an example, she's like, "How do you know when the pasta is done?" And I'm like, "Hand me the spoon." She hands me the spoon. I stir it. And I go, "It's not done yet."
There you go. The feel. Like,
She's like, "But how do you know?" And I was like, "How it bounces off the spoon when I stir it." She's like, "How do you know that?"
you have to fuck it up.
I've fucked up a lot of food.
You gotta fuck it up. That's how you learn. You fuck it up. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Cooking, being
a
a
YouTube channel?
mechanic. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Having a YouTube channel?
Having a YouTube channel.
When did you post your first video, Will?
6 months ago.
When did you post your second? I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I heard that.
I've been fucking around with it for 6 months.
Bro, there's this... I wish people would get over the fear of starting. I think that's the hardest part about life, is starting new things. Because you're just so scared of ridicule and what people are going to think, and fuck them.
Okay, see, you know, the problem is I don't give a shit what people think. My problem is it's what I think. Is I'll look at something and I'll judge it. I'm my own worst enemy. Hands down.
Yeah, but I'm my own worst enemy, and then I think, what are other people going to think if I think what I think?
Exactly. Like,
And that
it's like
makes it worse.
it's me. It's me. Like I'm like, oh, I don't like that. They're not gonna like that because I don't like that, or
Yeah.
my humor's stupid, and I hate the sound of my own voice, which is why the home video I'm having doesn't have my voice on it. Can't stand the sound of my own voice.
Me either. I can't stand your voice either. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dude, it's been that specific thing, the not liking the sound of my own voice, has been very hard for me to figure out. Like with this podcast, like imagine you're going back to edit videos and you have to hear yourself talking.
Mm-hmm. You will judge the shit out of yourself. You will be the worst judge you'll ever have.
I've gotten better at it when I make clips because I'm so used to it at this point, but it took some fucking severe learning curve for me to get to it. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
I mean, that's one of the roughest parts, is just getting past that, because like once you get going and you've done it a few times, and it doesn't matter anymore.
I'm gonna challenge you. Can I challenge you?
Sure.
Will you take this challenge seriously?
Maybe.
Okay. How much effort does it take for you to make one cooking video? Like, let's say less than a minute, formatted for TikTok or, Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. Make one cooking video.
Like if we're just doing like a short one, it all depends on what I'm making. Like not much. I mean, maybe 30 minutes of my time. To cook whatever I need to make to record the thing, and then maybe an hour if that.
Can I challenge you? Starting this month, today's Saturday. Most people consider Sunday the start of the new week or Monday starting the new week. I challenge you once a week to put a video on YouTube.
Okay.
Whether it's a short video, whether it's a 10-minute long video, whatever. I challenge you to make one video for every week. You're already going to cook something to eat anyways. I'm just telling you to film it and put it on YouTube.
All right.
If you miss a week, we need to set an end time for this. When's your birthday? What month?
May.
Okay. Your birthday's before mine. We'll call it your birthday. I want you to do it until your birthday. Each week that you miss, you owe me $5. $5 is nothing. We talked about that earlier on the podcast. Doesn't even buy you a cup of
I know,
coffee.
but it's my $5.
Exactly. You're real Jewish about it now, aren't you? Just kidding. So, okay, that was a joke, people. It was just a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. But no, Danielle and I came up with a workout strategy the other day. I was like, same thing you just felt, where I was like, but it's my $5. It's like, we came up with a game involving $5 bills where it's like, if one of us doesn't work out in the morning, we have to pay the other one $5.
It's not a bad idea.
Because
you get punished and rewarded. It's like instead of you just not doing it, nothing happens.
Well, because I read a book called Atomic Habits, and that's one of the things he talks about is make your bad habits hard to do and make your good habits easy to do. And if I have to give somebody money because I slept in and it didn't work out, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be mad at my shit. Because
$5.
my motherfucking money.
Exactly.
$5. Like, don't get me wrong, I can't buy shit with that. But that's my energy drink at work. That's 2 energy drinks right there.
You missed 2 weeks, Will. I have $10 now. I'm gonna go. Never mind. I can't say it on the podcast, but you know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking spend it in your face.
Can you go?
Yes, exactly. Don't say it, but you know exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
You gotta make me make it.
Yep. I'm gonna be like, no, not you. Get the tall white dude in the back.
Get the one that can touch the top of the shelf, okay? And get that one.
So, how does that deal sound? Damn good deal?
Fuck it.
Cool.
Starts Monday.
I hope I make no money. I really do.
I hope you don't make no money either. Because I'm losing money.
I think if you can just commit to doing one video a week, you'll be, at first it's gonna be like fucking, you're gonna be last minute putting out all these videos, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be just a part of your routine. Like me for the podcast, this is just part of my routine now. Like that's why when it comes to like I have a podcast tomorrow morning with my wife, like it's just what I'm gonna do. Like it's we literally have just, it's become like going to church for us. You know what I mean? It's just like become our normal. It's like, oh, it's Sunday, we have to do a podcast. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, and we pre-plan ahead of time. We talk about what we're gonna do. It's just a part of my daily like life now. And I think the sooner that you get to that point too, the easier it's gonna be, because at first it's hard because you're getting acclimated to it, but once it becomes your normal, that's why I'm thinking if you do one a week until your birthday. How many weeks are until your birthday? Fucking, like, let's just do
What
quick
month
math.
are we in,
Let's
December?
call it there's 4 weeks in a month. So let's call it 6 months until your birthday, right? Because we're in the beginning of December. 6 times 4. You have to make 24 videos. That doesn't sound like a lot, does it? No.
24.
That's essentially what it means. 1 a week till your birthday. Roughly 24 videos. And you make, how many times a day do you eat?
A lot. And I actually enjoy cooking for myself. I don't like doing it professionally.
Bro.
Love doing it at home when I can just sit there and like spaz. So like, you know, I make like growing up, you know, I have that ADHD, bro. Like I'll just go to that test, just bouncing around and shit. I can never stay focused unless it's just me working, just making something. Because in that's when like I'm focused. I won't break attention span. I'm just like, oh, you know what? I can add a little bit of this. I can do this. I can do that. And it's just, I go wild with ideas. I just got to record that. And that's my problem.
Yeah. Record it, edit it, put it on the internet. I think if you could get to the point where you're doing that regularly, that would be the move.
I would love that. I would.
I just,
like I said, my own worst enemy is myself.
Let me finish my cookie and then I'll comment.
Let's cook cookies.
Damn good cookie.
And better give me the recipe for that shortbread too, and the cookies
Shortbread.
or sourdough. My bad.
Bro.
Them biscuits.
It's not a recipe. It's a life, dude.
You kidding me? They'll be in the freezer every time. Every day.
The biscuits I made today?
Yeah, I'm the fucking you let me hold that. I'm gonna make a video about that. That'd just stay right in the fucking freezer.
The problem is you have to. We'll talk about that off air. With your YouTube videos, though, like you said, you literally have to just put out a video a week. So it's like,
and that's what they say too, because like the problem is like
plan one meal a week, dude. Plan one meal a week where I'm gonna record this meal on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
It can literally fucking make him ramen noodles. I mean, it obviously wouldn't do that, but you could.
I mean, no, you could do that too. That's a video right there. How to properly make ramen noodles, right? Like just shit like that.
And just be yourself, because you're funny as fuck. Honestly,
I hate myself.
Oh, me too. No, I'm just kidding. It's hard to get. It's hard to stop tripping over your own feet when it comes to these things too.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's definitely been a learning process with me with the podcast. Did I ever tell you when I recorded the first like 3 podcasts, it was 6+ months later before we posted them?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It was, I can't remember exactly when we recorded them, but it was a long fucking time before we posted them. And I remember I had edited the fuck out of them because there was multiple things that we talked and joked about where I was like, no, that wouldn't, people are going to be too sensitive and I don't want nobody to, I don't know. And then I just ended up like cutting the fuck out of a lot of the parts that were really funny now, and I wish I wouldn't have, but
It was like the meat and cheese.
it was just me and my friends hanging out.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it started too. It was like
literally, and so I posted them, but I remember being in the woods when Colton was helping me with it, and I remember sitting in the tree stand. I was like, why do I not want to post these? I'm like, oh, I'm scared of the criticism that might come with it. I immediately thought the podcast, I was going to post it and just be fucking viral, and that was going to be on the news the next day about all the shit I said. No one fucking cared. Anybody who did listen to it, like, I was like, wait, if I post these, no one's even going to know until I tell them that I've posted them. Mm-hmm. It's just the fear center of our brain doesn't want us to do new things. And, you know, it's one of those things. I was reading this book called it's called the 4-Hour Work Week. And one of the things he talks about in that book is like, you know, write out the worst case scenario and then think about how bad it really is. Like, really in detail, write out worst case scenario that can happen for your YouTube channel. You get a couple negative comments. People don't follow you.
I don't read them anyways.
Then you're in the same spot you're in now. As of today, I am like 2,000 views shy of 200,000 views on my YouTube channel now.
Hell yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's fucking been pretty crazy in the past like 2-3 months of the YouTube with all the shorts videos. I mean, it's mainly the shorts ones that are getting the views, but still, it's a lot of fucking views. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. It's like now that it's measured, I'm like, let's get to 500,000. Let's get to 1 million.
Well, and what's the thing is, like, you might make fun of me for this. Like, I've
gay? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I've got 3 different YouTube channels.
Really?
Yeah, that I've just done another one. So I have my actual, like, so technically I have 4. So I have mine with YouTube Premium. That's like my actual real email, Google account, all that's got my actual name and shit, right? And then I have the Sweet Tea Kitchen. Made that one. Then I have one that, when I decided I was going to pursue animation and I was going to make animated videos, I have that one. It's called Loopy Animation. I haven't done nothing with that. I got the name, though. It is secured, down, packed, unlocked. Not that it would matter if I'm going to do anything with it, but so I got that one. And then I got one, like, for gaming. Like, my whole online gaming persona. I got a YouTube channel for that, too.
And have you done anything with that?
I do have a couple of videos of that one, too. Actually, I have one of those videos have a couple hundred views on it.
Nice.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything since that video with that.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's just like the stuff that I normally do.
You go full ADHD on it.
Yeah, it's like the stuff that I do every day. If I would just take the time to first record it, just hit the record button and then forget that I hit that bitch, Because that's my biggest thing. As soon as I hit it, I don't want to talk no more. I don't want to do nothing. Like
that's why I think we should do a collaboration. Like have me over and cook for me. I feel like that would be fun as fuck.
I'll do that, and you just be the judge.
Not even the judge. Just be like we'll just hang out, and like that would be the fucking video.
You'd be like, oh, we could bust the balls. Like my favorite part is like, oh well, what could we do better?
I'll just critique you too, because like I know how to cook, and I'll be like watching you teach people how to cook. First off, what the fuck was that even? Don't even. I don't even like the face you just gave me. I'm not a fan. But I'll stand there and just be like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?" It's like no. Why wouldn't the butter first? Will butter? God damn it! Why wouldn't you put the butter first?
Who's got the degree here?
Who paid too much money to learn how to cook?
Who paid too much money for a piece of paper with his name on it?
Who is an unbankruptable debt? For a piece of paper that says...
Oh, that's right. I can't bankrupt.
I can't bankrupt. Who's an unbankruptable debt that says, this motherfucker cooked for me? The way you just stared off in the distance was like, the motherfucking car salesman's got me.
Motherfucker. I don't regret, don't get me wrong. With the memories from college and all that, I don't regret the memories.
Bro, dude, it was hella worth it. Going to visit you in Charlotte...
Like, oh, don't get me wrong, the experience was worth it, but the degrees themselves,
fucking useless.
bro, useless. Nobody needs a goddamn degree in culinary arts. Come on, get the fuck out. No one's looking for. They may say on the job description, looking for fucking. Let me get 10 years of experience with fucking 47 years of high school and college diplomas of culinary arts. You know, fucking cooked for Queen Elizabeth IV. Like,
Yeah.
No, none of that shit. They could say that on the resume. No, they'll just hire some fucking piece of shit Joe, fried chicken Joe, who's worked at KFC for fucking 754 years, and like they're gonna just be like, oh, that's experience, bro. Fuck the guy who's got 8 years less experience of him, but actually has schooling and all.
What does it take to be good at like as a cook?
Mise en place.
Literally.
Mise en place. I can sum up the entire
mise en place
Let me
and
put it this
shit
way.
tastes bussin'.
The shit tastes bussin'. Half the time though, you can nail the shit taste bussin' after a couple tries of making it. But if you have mise en place, that sums up the entire.
Can you
fucking
explain
culinary.
to people listening what mise en place means?
Everything in its place. You essentially
That's what it directly translates
everything in its place. Here's the secret to cooking. You want to make something. Get everything for the fucking recipe in one go, put it on a sheet tray, and stick it to the side. Before you start cooking your first thing, every single thing you're going to use, chop, cut.
Down to the fucking spatula you flip it with.
Down to the spatula you flip it with, the pan you're going to cook it in, have it all in one spot.
The tray-
I guarantee you that would be the easiest cooking experience you ever have in your life.
The tray that you're going to rest the meat on, the fucking... The plate that you're going to use to plate everything. Everything.
Eliminate the, I got to grab this, or I need this, or this is done. I don't have anything to put it on, or, I need some crushed garlic and I don't have that yet. Let me just grab that, crush it while it's cooking. No. You don't cook a thing until you have everything you need to make that recipe ready.
Yep.
And I guarantee that'd be the easiest cooking process you've ever had in your life.
Yeah. Well, because then you just basically go down the list of like, oh, here's this.
Yeah, you just throw it in immediately. Like there's no like, I need to throw in the garlic now. Oh shit, I ain't got the garlic.
That goes back.
Chop it up, and you got 5 minutes of cooking before then.
That goes back to that video that you showed me of the one on your YouTube channel on Sweet Tea Kitchen. But the one on your YouTube channel, Sweet Tea Kitchen, that where you use those little bowls for like the garlic and stuff like that, and it's like that's like you mise that out.
I did. There's a reason why that video went along so easy, is because that was the only one I mise en place. All the other ones I did it because I was just like, well, I got to put something out, and I would stressfully make it. And then when it came to editing, that was my own worst enemy. I would just keep looking at them like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. And by the time that's why the video I have, like the one that's coming out next, it was a 30-minute video that I cut down to fucking less than a minute.
Yeah. Because
I cut everything out, but there was a benefit to it because it's a perfect short.
Yeah,
and that's what I plan on using it for.
Yeah,
is I'm gonna put it on the shorts, TikTok.
What'd you make?
This was my one pan chicken. everything on one pan. So you take your chicken thighs, throw it on the pan, pepper them, whatever. Throw your veggies
We know
on the
you'd be peppering.
I do love me some pepper now. All right. So you take just the raw seasoned chicken thighs on one side, right, and then the other side of the pan's your veggies. You throw it in, or you throw your sauce on, which is just a teriyaki soy. You can spice it up if you want. Throw like sweet chili or orange, whatever sauce you want to put on there. To be honest, barbecue. I don't give a fuck.
Chick-fil-A sauce. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, like who fucking cares? Like
are you the cops,
if it's not wet, just throw some oil on the veggies. That's all you have to do.
Are you
but
the
if it's a
fucking
wet
cops,
sauce,
bro?
don't worry about
Are
it.
you the sauce cops, bro?
Yeah, the fuck, do whatever you want. You can make it if you want to do the healthy route. You don't have to put a sauce on that bitch.
Water.
Season it, throw it in.
Fucking water.
Yeah, just bake it. But yeah, you just put it all in one pan, throw it in the oven, bake it for so long, take it out. That's it. That's all it was. So that's why I was like, I have a little bit more freedom with this one. And I can cut it down because I can. There was nothing to it. It's all the ingredients go on one pan. It goes in the oven and it comes back out. That's it. Like the only thing that didn't go on that pan was the rice I put it on, and that was for dramatic effect.
Have you seen there's
Plating effect.
There's a whole TikTok of this guy who like literally the one burner thing you have.
Oh yeah, I love gas burners. Fuck anything else.
Yes.
You cooking on gas, you cooking right.
Yeah, cooking with heat.
You cooking with heat.
But he has.
That's a shirt idea right there.
He has one burner in a college dorm room, and he cooks like high quality meals on that.
Talking about this, is the man that made the Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And it was
in the dorm room on a burner the size of this goddamn coaster, just fucking.
Yeah, but like you see how he does the camera. The camera's just like on the opposite side of him, just facing towards what he's doing, and he just records it like that, bro.
And he's getting millions
of views.
Yeah, and then that's the problem. Is like that's what I think. That's the
we live in fat America. Will take advantage.
I think that's
I said
the
that
gamble.
from doing a podcast.
That's just the gamble you take. It's like if you can just get past your own shit, there's somebody out there that'll watch it. I can almost guarantee you, it doesn't matter what you put out there. There's someone to watch it.
I know. Talking about this podcast, we rambled for the first 30 minutes about shit we knew nothing about. Politics. Well, I say that we know enough to bitch about it.
Yeah, we know enough bitch about it. Like we don't know the ins and outs of it. We know from our perspective that fuck them bitches. Okay, shit sucks.
I don't watch the news because if it's bad enough, my dad will call me and tell me.
No, I don't watch the news because it's bad enough Waffle House to close.
Yeah, we basically just call Waffle House. You guys open today?
Yeah,
we're fucking golden.
Yeah. Hurricane doesn't matter what it is. They open, we're good.
No
if they
apocalypse
close, AR-15's locked, loaded. Your glass.
Strap myself to the ground. Yeah.
Ain't nobody stepping foot on the property till I hear them open again.
Well, you want to go finish watching those fights? There's supposed to be some really good ones on now.
I mean, I'm done.
Yeah, YouTube channel, Sweet Tea Kitchen.
Definitely check me out. I will.
He's gonna be posting
uploading every week now, or I'm gonna be losing $5, and you ain't getting my fucking $5.
So there's gonna be a couple things. Hold up, let me do some math. Let's do 24 because that's 24 videos. Mm-hmm. But if you miss and don't do any of them, you will have paid me $124. Or I'm sorry, $120.
I was about to say, I was like, where'd you get the fucking 4 from? He's like, 5. Math not adding up here.
That's from Yingling Loggers.
Yingling Loggers, check them out. The Yang Yangs are the way to go.
Oh, and shout out to this Plant City barbershop that's paying for these beers. They're the sponsor for this podcast. Yeah, I know, right? That's Fadeaway Barbershop in Plant City.
Fadeaway Barbershop. I'll have to check them out.
Dude, bro, that's where I've been getting my haircut. So the guy who owns it, his name is Apex the Barber. Well, that's not his name. That's what he goes by. Apex the Barber. He's been on the podcast several times.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was on Pro Start.
Yeah. We went to high school with him. I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's his barbershop.
I follow him.
Bro, great barbershop, dude. You haven't been there?
No, I've gone to the same guy since I moved back to Florida.
Change your fucking life, bro.
Dude, I go all the way to Brandon, from Lakeland to Brandon, so I go fucking
is it just
almost an hour drive to go to my barber.
Change? You just want to change?
Well, no, because I sit down and the dude knows what I want.
Bro,
I don't say anything to my barber. I just sit down and we talk about bullshit while he just cuts the hair.
That's literally what happens with me. Not only that, he sponsors my podcast. Yeah, bro. Not only that, his shop is super nice. I say shop, I don't know what barbershop. His barbershop.
It's a shop. It's a shop.
His barbershop is fucking super nice. They've always got like music playing, or they have like this like carousel of like TVs where they'll have like different games on and stuff like that. And then like all the barbers are like friends and stuff like that. And they're like, dude, the place can get packed too. Like it is a slamming barbershop. 10 out of 10, cannot recommend them enough. Even if they weren't a sponsor. Before they were a sponsor, where they were paying for the alcohol for the podcast, before that, when Adrian would just come on by himself, or Apex would come on, or come on with other people, like I would still shout them out. Like they're just a great barbershop. He's always cut my hair. He's always done a great job. Like 10 plus years now, I think he's been cutting my hair. The dudes just, they're great people. They're support your local barber, obviously. It's a great place. It's a one-off barbershop. Like, I don't know what else you need to hear. It's a great place. And, you know, everybody's going to want their Christmas cuts coming soon, because everybody's got to look fly for those Christmas pictures. So, you know, if he can make this white boy look like he knows style, you know what I mean, then might as well. It's a great place, though. They do take walk-ins, so you don't necessarily need to schedule an appointment unless you have a specific barber there you want to see. But dude, just go check him out, man. I fucking love that barbershop. It's super nice there. Dude, he's cutting fucking professional boxers now. Like he's cutting like celebrities and shit. It's insane. It's a great place. I love it. Shout out Fadeaway Barbershop. 1705 James L. Redmond Parkway in Plant City, Florida. Walk-ins welcome. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. So check them out. So anything else you want to add, Will?
No.
Sweet Tea Kitchen.
Sweet Tea Kitchen. Check me out. Definitely gonna get more.
And the next time Will is on, he'll either have a ton of videos on his YouTube channel to talk about, or I'll talk about how I'm going to spend my $120. One of the two. So,
one of the two.
All right, buddy. I love you so much. Thanks for coming on. Coming on the podcast. Let's go hang out. All right,
let's go watch fights.
This episode of Somehow We're Adults is over, but if you'd like to support the podcast, you can subscribe to one of the levels of the Patreon, where we will release bonus episodes that can't be found anywhere else. Any of the money that we get from the Patreon would be used to upgrade old equipment, as well as get new gear so that we can make the best podcast for you to tune into. You can also follow the podcast Instagram at Somehow We're Adults, where I share clips and content about the podcast, and the link in the bio will take you to any of the Somehow We're Adults pages. I encourage you to check out another one of the episodes if this is your first time listening, and if you're a repeat listener, thank you for your support. I love making the podcast, and I hope you tune in for future episodes of Somehow We're Adults.